All right, let's talk about remote therapeutic monitoring and the auditing process. My name is Dr. Andrew Gorecki, physical therapist, owner of several private practices, and also MovementRX, the remote therapeutic monitoring company, where we're helping hundreds of clinics across the country implement this successfully. One of the barriers I hear from a lot of providers, whether it's OT, speech, respiratory, pain management, or physical therapy in my world, is they're nervous and they're waiting on the sidelines for this because they're afraid of getting audited. And I think that there's a lot to that statement. And I think that tells you they're afraid. They're afraid of auditing. They're afraid of the fact that they don't know how to do this the right way. They don't know what's compliant, what's not. And that's where we come in. That's our expertise. We help guide you down that path. That's really the difference between MovementRX and these big corporate RTM companies, where they get you sold, then they provide very little support to you to help you understand and gain confidence. And then when they get you sold, then you just basically try to do it on your own and you fail because you're not confident in what you're doing. And so let's talk about the auditing process. What does that look like? The first thing that the insurance companies are looking for in the auditing process are in your plan of care, your initial evaluation, your plan of care, where you establish what you're going to do with the patient. They want you to explain why you're going to do remote monitoring, for how long you're going to do it, and what the goals are, right? And so you have to have that information in the initial setup with the patient. And if you do get audited, they're going to want to see that plan of care that says, here's what my statement is in my documentation. In the plan section, I write, this patient is going to be given a home exercise program using MovementRX software. They will be remotely monitored for up to 30 days after their last visit in order to be compliant and independent with their home program. That's the goal and the reason. And I even make a goal in the goal section for that home exercise compliance and independence 30 days after their last visit, because I'm going to check in with them 30 days after the last visit. So that right there is the most important part. And then on each subsequent progress or plan of care that you create for the patient, that has to be in there. And so that's number one, what they're looking for. Number two, what they're looking for is a log of activity that shows that you had data transmission. What was that data? That you had phone calls that were done, and that you have a log of time. So that when you were monitoring, you logged your time, who did it, and what they did when they were monitoring. That lives in our software system. So that's only required to give if they audit and ask for it. But it lives there. It's all on a PDF. It's downloadable, very easy, in 2 seconds. Besides that, there's nothing to be afraid of. The insurance companies want you to do this. They want you to introduce this because they know it's going to help the patient. And we have data now that shows the outcomes are increasing with patients being monitored. The financial aspect is your incentive as a provider to do this. But you really should get away from being afraid. It's been 3 years now. This has been around for over 3 years. And so you're going to be left behind if you don't implement this, because either your patients are going to go to somebody who's getting better outcomes. They have better reputation, better word of mouth. They have data to support it, right? Or the insurance company is going to start paying you less because your outcomes aren't as good. So definitely want to consider it. If you haven't already, I'd encourage you to reach out directly to me. We can have a conversation.